Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tanya, and in today's video I want to talk about how looser hair doesn't necessarily mean easier. This is a TikTok video that inspired this video today.
Let's do my 4C hair. I'm just so excited. Like this, my wash day makes me hate white people because what do you mean? You just do a little shampoo, a little conditioner, grab your straightener, you straighten your hair, and then you're done.
If you can hear my sister in the background, I apologize in advance because she's here with me. But today I want to bring the non-black ladies to the forefront, and I want to say, just because someone has looser hair texture than you doesn't necessarily mean that their routine is easier. The reason why I'm going to say this is because the girl specifically said in this video, wash days makes her hate white people because they can just go in the shower, shampoo their hair, and then flat iron it. In essence, that is what they do, but you have to take into consideration that these people, they're washing their hair multiple times a week. That is something that we don't have to do. Because their hair gets oilier than ours, that means they have to wash their hair more often, and as a result of washing their hair more often, they have to style their hair more often. A quick Google search will tell you that most people with straighter hair textures, they have to wash their hair at least 2 to 3 times a week. Because of how straight or smooth their hair is, the oil actually moves down their hair a lot quicker. I'm sure you've heard other girls with straighter hair talk about how much their hair is oily and how much they have to wash their hair. Keep in mind that every single time for I'm gonna say for 3 times a week, they have to wash their hair, they have to blow dry their hair, then they have to straighten it. And sometimes I guess they might not be straightening it, but they have to curl it in the style that they want to do. And I'm going to add another video of this YouTuber. I really love her videos. I don't have straight hair, but I just like hair in general. I don't really care if it's a white person talking or if it's a black person. I just like to listen to people talk about hair. But this is a girl, she's telling you how many times she washes her hair a week.
There's no dripping, there's no ruined pillowcases, there is no full day oil slick situation. I shampoo my hair every single day. Yes, every single day. And no, it is not ruining my hair at all. In fact, it's one of the main reasons my scalp is healthy and my hair is growing. I'm just going to explain it to you guys because I know it sounds crazy. So I rotate between two main shampoos. The first,
as you can see, she said she washes her hair every single day. I'm gonna assume this is 5 days a week and not 7, just because I don't want to think anyone is washing their hair 7 days a week. This is what I mean. Just because someone has looser hair texture than you doesn't mean that their routine is easier. It doesn't mean that their hair is easier to take care of. Of course, there are ways that straighter hair is actually easier to deal with than coilier hair, but at the same time, it doesn't make that person's routine easier than yours, because everyone do what works for their hair. 7 days a week works for her hair. I'm sure there are other girls with straight hair that doesn't wash their hair 7 days a week. You know what I mean? And I am a black person. I have coily hair. I cannot imagine washing my hair 7 days a week. That just sounds crazy to me. Can you imagine doing that? No. And as I said before, when they're washing their hair, they have to style their hair 7 days a week. So look at the style that's in her hair right now. When she washes her hair, she have to blow dry it. Then she have to style it just to make sure that she can leave the house. They have to do all these things multiple times a week. This is something that most black people you can't even comprehend that, because we are used to wearing long-term protective styles because our hair doesn't get oily as much. So in that sense, we have it easier. We don't have to have our hands in our hair most times. So sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side, because I would prefer to do my hair once every 2 weeks or once every week than to have to wash my hair every single day or 3 times a week. That is just a fact. I would never want to wash my hair 3 times a week. And I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying that that's a lot of time to actually dedicate to your hair every single week. And now I want to go into this video is about this curly hair girl. I don't know if she's mixed or what, but she looks mixed. I'm gonna assume that she is. And I want to go into her curly hair routine, how she curls her hair, because the next video that I want to talk about is how nobody's just getting up and leaving the house with their hair with bedhead. Nobody does that, but for some reason, women in the black community, I'm just gonna say women, we think that people with looser texture are actually leaving their house the same way they leave their bed.
I'm about to put y'all on. A lot of people don't know how to finger coil either, so I guess it's gonna be a tutorial. I grab a section of this section, so I put the biggest section over here, and this is a little bit I'm gonna finger coil. So I'm gonna grab a piece of my hair that I feel like could be a curl. See how it's a curl? And you literally just twist your finger in the direction that the curl is curling. And you see the way the curl is curling, it's going this way. So that's the way you want to curl it. But you want to start from the root. So you're going to twist it from the root.
And you're just gonna finger coil and go all the way down. And then that's your little finger coil, and then you just whip it back. Grab another one, and then you twist and coil. And then you got that. You wanna see how your hair groups. You see the gaps? That's like how you wanna separate it. You just gotta learn your hair. It's like a little hair family because they separate itself. You see how it's one big thing? I'm gonna just like split it, and then that's another curl. That's how you finger coil. I'm gonna speed up this section because it's about to take a little minute. So I'm done with this section, and y'all see the curls. Like, I don't even gotta say too much. There's no frizz, and this is how you want them to look. Because if they look frizzy while it's wet, you really think when it dries it's gonna have no frizz? No, it starts now. It starts in the process of styling your hair. So now I'm gonna separate my next part and show you that. Also, a lot of people ask me, how do I not get shrinkage? Do not scrunch your hair. Like, when you do that, that causes frizz. That causes shrinkage. Like, you're scrunching your hair, and then people are like, well, how am I supposed to define my curls? Well, girl, the curl is supposed to define itself. And if it's not curling, then you just have damage. And maybe you do have to do a little scrunch. So now our next section is gonna be like, it's gonna be a little bigger. Let's do a recap of this section. Step 1 is soak your hair. It should look like it already has product in it. And now you're gonna add your products. See how it's dripping down my face? Yeah, that's how wet your hair should be. Right here, but that disappears. So now I'm about to diffuse my hair. This is the diffuser I use. So it's magnetic. You don't want to scrunch your hair. You have to focus on your roots first. So like focus on all your roots. Then you flip your hair to the side, focus on that side. Flip your hair to the other side, focus on that side of your roots. Flip your hair forward, focus on that of the roots. Then come back. Then you can focus a little more downwards. Then flip it, focus a little more downwards. Flip it again, focus a little more down, and then flip it like that, focus, you know? But the main thing is you want to dry your roots first and then get down to your ends, because if you dry your ends first, then your roots are going to get like very puffy because it's not going to be fully dry when you dry all your hair. But once your hair is fully dry, you can scrunch a little bit just to break the cast of the gel. That much volume, because the more you separate it, the more frizzy it gets. That's why you have to be really careful when you separate your curls. But I am going for like just a little bit of volume, so I'm not going to touch the top too much because I don't want it to look frizzy. So I'm going to split it in half. So how I separate it is I put the oil in my hands, on my fingertips, not like my whole hands. See this doesn't need to be separated because it's one curl. So like any clumps of curls, like this is a clump of curls. So you want to just separate it very gently. You gotta be real gentle and patient with your hair because you don't want frizz. So right now I'm just separating my curls. So I'm just gonna, like some of them I'm gonna separate because they might look a little weird. And if your hand starts to get dry, you just add more oil. This is mostly the back, so I can get rid of the middle part. Give a little close up.
That video was just to show that people with looser textures, they shingle, they blow dry, they diffuse, they flat iron, they do all the things that we do. The only difference with us and them is that they know what to do to make their hair look a certain way. They know what to do to prevent the frizz that they don't like. They know what to do to make sure that their hair is defined. So instead of you being a person that is complaining about, oh, I wish my hair was like this, I wish my hair was like that, what you should do is sit down and learn how to do your hair so that you can know the things that works for your hair, instead of going around being jealous of other people for what they have and what they can do with what they have. I want to say though, this comment is not directly to the girl that I posted in the video before, because honestly she wasn't really saying that she wished she had their hair. She was just saying the wash day process is just easier or whatever. So this argument right here is more of an older argument where I would hear black women talking about how black hair is not respected because we can't just get up out of our beds and go on the road. Nobody does that. I don't know any person that does that. No white person does that. No mixed person does that. No Asian person does that. Listen, the only time a person might do that is when they aren't preparing to like go on the road and do something productive. Well, I don't want to say productive because going grocery shopping is productive, but I mean the only time someone might do that is if they're going to buy something on the road. They're gonna get some gas in their car or something, and most people, they put some effort in their look. So Just because you have natural hair, it's not an excuse for you to go on the road being anyhow because you think that people should be able to accept you. If you don't put effort in yourself, people are going to see you as a low effort person, and natural hair doesn't mean low effort. You can have natural hair and still be the cutest girl, the prettiest girl, or whatever. You can still be the hit girl. That's my point. You just have to know what to do for your hair and know the things that works for you. This honestly, this really, I don't want to, it's not a non-issue because I do think some people still have an issue with this thing wanting to be accepted no matter how they go out on the road. Unfortunately, the world isn't like that. People are going to treat you the way you treat yourself, and if you look like someone that doesn't put effort in your look, people are probably going to ignore you. You know, most times I don't think it has anything to do with your texture. I'm not saying that it doesn't. Sometimes it does, but most of the time it doesn't, because I see that a lot of black women, when they have their natural hair, they automatically put on this persona of, oh, you're gonna have to accept me. Then you see that they look as if they just got out of bed. They just put low effort in their look. When they have on their false hair, their weave and wigs or braids or whatever, they do their makeup, they put on cute clothes. For some reason, when they are wearing their natural hair, they put so little effort in their look. And then they go around and be like, oh, you have to accept me, you have to accept me. Hell no, I don't, because you don't even look like you accept yourself. So that's what I mean. I want more of us to wear our natural hair and actually put effort in our look while we do that. And I'm not saying you have to do makeup to put effort in your look. I'm just saying, if you are a person that does makeup and you only do your makeup when you have on a fake hair or whatever hair that you're wearing, and not when you have your natural hair, you are the problem. I'm sorry, you are. And if you only put nice clothes on, cute girly clothes on when you have in your fake hair and all of that, you are the problem. You are the society that you're complaining about. So until you decide to stand up and decide that, okay, I'm gonna put effort in my look, regardless of how I'm combing my hair, nobody's gonna pay attention to you. Yes, anyways guys, this is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any video recommendations, I'm gonna add my email down below where you can send me those recommendations. And also, I have this second channel where I do more faith-based content. If you want to check it out, it is down below also. Have a good one, guys. Bye.